Hi. Wait.
I love that. I love that intro. Hi. Oh, hi. I think that's awesome.
Welcome to All You Get Gaming. We're giving you everything gaming-wise. We're giving you live streams, reviews. We're giving you the works.
We're two South Africans that live in Los Angeles. June is rolling around. We all know what that means. That means that E3 is around the corner.
E3, baby.
LA Live is about to be taken over by all these nerds, all these geeks, all these gamers. It's about to happen. And we wanted to bring you an E3 segment on what we're expecting and what we would like to see from E3 in terms of, you know, just press conferences, gaming.
Yeah, game, hardware.
There's so many new trailers that are going to be coming out. I spend a copious amount of time watching trailers all the damn time, especially after E3.
From South Africa, I mean, E3 is like it's like a dream, like a mecca for gamers.
That's true. That's true.
It's like, I'll never get to E3. I'm in South Africa, but now we're here. It's around the corner.
It's around the corner. Yeah.
Maybe we'll try and crash the party. We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna try sneak in as Gaben.
Right. So discussion for this video is what games are going to be at E3? What are we looking forward to? What are we expecting?
I'm gonna start off with a smaller studio. I'm gonna say Capcom.
Okay.
Capcom, especially being that they've started teasing in a couple of press things about Resident Evil 7.
Okay, that could be interesting.
And they've been talking about how they're trying to take it back to its horror roots because it kind of went away from its horror base. Near the later ones. It sort of went more towards action.
Yeah, it was more action-y.
And I mean, I remember playing Resident Evil 3, I think it was, Nemesis. And that was one of the first experiences I had of being properly terrified.
Yeah.
You know, you never knew when that big Nemesis was going to pop out at any point. And you just try to conserve ammo constantly because of that. And I really hope that Resident Evil sort of finds that within the new era and the new gen of gaming.
Because when I played 4, I was like, this is my top 5 like games of all time now. After playing 4, it was that good.
So I mean, I really am looking forward to Capcom.
Yeah.
If they do present something.
I'm on the fence just because lately they haven't been performing that great. People were complaining about Street Fighter. People complained like crazy about the last Resident Evil 6.
Yes, I never played it, but
neither did I.
I mean, I've heard so many things about that being just not a great game.
Yeah, so
everything.
I have hopes, but we gonna see.
Who else are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
Ooh, okay.
Have you played the previous one?
I did play I've played all of them. I grew up playing Deus Ex.
Nice. I really enjoyed the last one.
Okay.
I loved the whole stealth mechanic. I tried to play super stealthy.
Okay.
And then a lot of people complained as well, and I thought it was crazy too. When you get to the first boss and all your stats are on stealth.
I've heard that's exactly what because I generally don't play stealth. I like to go all guns blazing. So I was one of the harder builds.
Okay.
And I never really went back and replayed it. I possibly should try to see what the complaint is.
It's way harder.
I heard if you're stealth and you're trying to face this boss, you just had to fight an uphill battle the entire time because your stats were so low. Your armor, your everything was so low compared to someone like me who had maybe been battling it out the entire way through, building that strength stats. Do you think that they should try and balance it better?
What they've said is they're taking out the boss fights.
Okay.
And that's going to make the game really smooth if you're playing stealth.
Right.
So I think that's a good thing. Okay.
Next game. I want to talk about the fact that there's no Activision conference.
Oh, really?
There's no Activision conference. They've just announced Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which has got a lot of negative reception simply because of the attachment of the remaster. But Activision on the whole, you know, we know for a fact that we're going to see Call of Duty. We're going to see it in either the PlayStation or the Microsoft the other conference. We're going to see snippets of it or gameplay, hopefully, and a release date. And on top of Activision, we've also got Destiny.
That's right.
So we're either, the way I look at it, we're either going to see one of two things happen. We're going to see more expansion being named for Destiny 1, right? More DLC for Destiny 1, which could be a thing. Or they're going to announce Destiny 2. It's not going to be both. It's either going to be one or the other.
They said in the beginning Destiny was meant to be like a 10-year game, something ridiculous like that.
Well, the thing is that we also know from press and stuff that came out that Destiny had an entire story plan, and then Activision stepped in and went, well, we're going to break it up and release it as DLC.
Okay.
So that was the initial complaint right in the beginning with Destiny, is the community was so devoted to that game, myself included. I loved that game. I used to spend hours playing that game.
Yeah, I never picked it up at all.
Okay, so it was a really great, like the design concept was great, and the lore and everything was really, really good, and you could really get invested. But in the first half, you just was like lackluster.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
The game was so good, but there was no goodness to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the community is still really strong and really invested. So I think they're gonna want more DLC because the Taken King, came out a while back, and now a lot of people are getting tired of that, and they're going, well, now
what's next?
What's next for this 10-year game that I'm so invested in?
10-year game. One of the games I'm really looking forward to is the new Mass Effect, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes.
There was that gameplay that leaked.
Small little clip of gameplay with the jetpack, which everyone's lost their mind over for a little while. Mass Effect being BioWare and EA.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the series. I played all three.
Yeah, me too.
I even had no problem with the ending of the third one, which a lot of people did. I had no problem with it. I quite enjoyed it. I know it was epic and it was all these things, and I really enjoyed the game. But on that, this is possibly EA's biggest E3 yet. Yeah. They've poised themselves in a position where they are going to be massive giants at this year's E3 because they've just launched the Battlefield trailer. Mass Effect Andromeda is coming out. Mirror's Edge.
There's Mirror's Edge. I'm looking forward to that as well.
As well as Titanfall 2.
Yeah, that's gonna be big for sure.
Battlefront's Death Star DLC.
Oh really?
So Battlefront is gonna have that last bit of DLC, which is the Death Star, which is that's iconic. That's like really, especially because Battlefront this year dealing with only the first trilogy is massive, and the Death Star is sort of what everyone wants to be at.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really good. So, the Death Star, Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, which is actually going to be at a live play event, so general public can actually play the game at E3, which is really cool. And then Mass Effect Andromeda, which I think is going to be phenomenal.
Since the first one, it was just so amazing. From the first game, you had a fully realized like Star Wars, Star Trek universe.
Yeah, you cared about every single interaction. You cared about every relationship that you had. You try to have sex with every woman. But you cared about that was like one of the goals. You cared about every single solitary relationship that you had with every person. You didn't want Garrus to die. You didn't want Jack to die. You didn't want any of these guys to die.
So one of my sad stories from Mass Effect is
what happened?
So I played the first two on my Xbox 360.
Okay.
And then my Xbox 360 got stolen.
Oh Lord.
So I lost those save games of like 60 hours. And so I played the third one without any save game. I switched over to PS3 because my 360 was gone.
Yes.
So it just sucked. Like all that time you put into those relationships with those characters,
gone.
It was gone. And like one of the characters you meet for the first time in the third one, he's like, "Oh, pleased to meet you, Shepard." It's like, come on, didn't we just save the galaxy?
Didn't we just save the galaxy together? Yeah. Didn't we just travel the world for like hours and hours on end?
Yeah. So that was frustrating, but I'm really looking forward to the fresh start, and I'm guessing like all new people getting into gaming like in the last 3 years maybe.
I think it's the younger generation. It's the it's maybe the 15, 16, 17-year-olds who never played the first Mass Effect or who had no interest are now going to get Mass Effect Andromeda. They're going to see it at E3, see the trailers, and they're going to be like, "Oh, we want this." I don't want them to stray from what the series is. I want them to stay with what it is. I don't want them to be too innovative. I'll be honest, because I enjoy their formula.
I really enjoyed it.
No point fixing something that's not broken. I'm really excited to see what Bethesda are bringing.
Oh, definitely.
Because Bethesda are one of my favorite developers. Right? Bethesda last year had a massive conference.
Yeah, they're the best one. Fallout. At least in my opinion, they're the best.
They launched Fallout and Fallout Shelter, and also the surprise with them was that they were like, "Oh, Fallout 4 launches in a month."
Exactly.
And everyone lost their mind. They were like, "What?
Yeah.
What? Like, how did we not?"
Yeah, because they were just like,
rumors.
You want games? We got games.
We got games. We're bringing you guys games. And I think another thing that they're talking about. So Fallout 4 is obviously a big thing right now. They just released new DLC. There could be more DLC that they're going to announce. There's a rumor that they could be doing a Skyrim remastered for consoles for the next gen of consoles, because Skyrim sort of came out near the end of the PS3 and Xbox 360.
And it was like buggy when it came out.
And it was also really, it was really popular. I put hours into Skyrim. I loved Skyrim. Skyrim was a phenomenal game.
It's another one on my list I still need to get to.
It's a really good game, and hopefully when they do bring out a remastered, you'll be able to play it on your PS4 or Xbox One. The big one that Bethesda have got is Dishonored 2.
Nice.
And Dishonored, I mean, I played Dishonored. I loved that game too. It was a really good concept, how the entire world changed according to your actions. You know, the darker and the harder that you played the game, the more dark the world became around you. The more the characters would react to you a bit afraid. You know, the more stealthy you were, the stayed kind of light. People didn't really know who you were. Who knows? They might just launch something unknown. Bethesda generally, like as a rule of thumb, they're not a developer that's going to pull out a brand new IP sort of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to go, we're going to take our time on the next Elder Scrolls game. We're going to, we're going to take our time on the next Elder Scrolls.
Yeah,
we're going to feel it out a bit. We're going to like pour around and then take it from there. Yeah. So I don't think we're going to get a new Elder Scrolls yet. I think we're going to get Skyrim remastered. I'm hoping. I'd really enjoy it. I'd like to replay that game on new consoles.
That would give me a reason to play it. But at the same time, I'm wanting to get my PC built up, so I'll probably end up playing it on PC.
Yeah, and also there's mods. There's also mods and all that great stuff. I mean, the mods are able to get the graphical fidelity up way higher, which is really cool.
Very quick mention: one of the games I'm also looking forward to is Horizon
Zero Dawn. Yeah.
It looks amazing, and it's also like kind of my style. I like that adventure gaming, running around, exploring, taking down these big beasts.
The one that I want to talk about is Sony's conference.
Yeah.
Okay, so this year we've got a massive rumor that Sony's returning to hardware after 3 years of a console generation, which is not really.
That's right.
It's not really known. We've not really had that before. Yeah. So Sony, there's a rumor of the 4.5, which is not really what I want to talk about. Yeah. But I want to talk about Sony's presence. So at the end of June, sort of probably 2 weeks after the conference, No Man's Sky launches.
That's right.
Now, No Man's Sky I've been following for years. I've been following this from inception. It was a game that sort of grabbed me conceptually. It really just gripped me, and I was like, I want to know.
Remember that from last year? Was it the year before E3?
Which it's both. Sort of the first year that it got shown, they sort of vanished.
Yeah.
They launched. They came out. They were like, this is our project. This is super ambitious.
Yeah, and people went crazy.
And people were like, oh my god, and then they vanished, and everyone was like, No Man's Sky. And then the next E3, they brought back more gameplay.
Yeah.
And they brought back cleaner gameplay, and they brought back all these things that was like, it was unbelievable to see.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to No Man's Sky. And then also, I'm going to talk about Hideo Kojima, because Hideo Kojima has just launched his own studio, right?
I'm excited about that.
And I think that we are going to see him on stage talking about his new game.
Yeah, that would be my highlight.
I would love to see Hideo Kojima on stage for Sony, talking about his new game, talking about his new studio, talking about the new Silent Hills possibly, which I would really like. I'd like him to carry on pushing that. The Last Guardian, we've seen more. I want to get a release date. Like, it's time now. It's been like 10 or 11 years now in the development.
Yeah, come on now, buddy.
And then both Final Fantasies. You know, the remaster and the new one. I'm probably going to play both. I mean, I'll be honest, I've never played a Final Fantasy before.
I haven't played 7 before. I played a lot of the old school 16-bit ones,
so I've never played any of them. I've never touched a Final Fantasy game.
They're great.
A JRPG is just something I've never gotten into, and I really want to.
It takes some patience.
Yeah.
It's going to take some patience.
I'm sure there's a learning curve.
Yeah. Are there any other conferences that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Ubisoft's presence at E3 this year.
Cool.
Specifically because we have no Assassin's Creed, so they've said that they're holding off.
Right.
I don't believe that they're not going to have Assassin's Creed at the conference. I believe we're going to get a look at the 2017's Assassin's Creed, what the concept is.
That would be a good move.
But we are going to get Watch Dogs 2.
That's right.
Which is a whole new character, a whole new setting, San Francisco, I believe it is. Okay. Which is going to be really, really cool.
Cool. I saw middle of the road reviews for the previous one.
And Ubisoft have had a really good year. I mean, The Division has its issues, but phenomenal. Rainbow Six, which I personally play all the time competitively, is phenomenal.
That's right. Yeah,
but also, they're at the top. I think they're at the top of one of the top of the financial earners of this year. Ubisoft.
Yeah, I can see that.
So they've got Watch Dogs 2, For Honor, which is also looks like an amazing game. That's that fighting game where, well, not fighting. It's like it's like a third person. You're either a samurai, a Viking, or a knight.
Okay.
And then of course there's the Tom Clancy Wildlands.
Ghost
Recon. It's Ghost Recon. That's Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yes.
And that looks, from what I saw of that first clip, it looks amazing.
Okay.
It looks really, really amazing. And I'm really looking forward to seeing more of those and possibly getting a release date for a lot of them, whether it's early next year or late this year. What wildcard games are you looking forward to? Like, which ones that are ballparks that could, but may never, but may, you know, you always get those one. I wonder if it'll ever be there.
Now that you mentioned Ubisoft, like I don't play their shooter games.
Okay.
And the last time I played Tom Clancy, I was just getting like murdered. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
But now that you mentioned it, I wouldn't mind seeing another Rayman game, the platformer. I don't know if you're into the 2D platformers.
Okay.
But the second one I'm still gonna play. Once I get into it, I'll live stream it.
Yes.
But the first one was like easily one of the best 2D platformers I've ever played. And like from the days of like Sonic, 2D Mario, Earthworm Jim vibes.
Earthworm Jim, yeah. I'm already down.
It feels like a evolution of those games. Okay. Like it's really good.
Okay.
So I'd be happy if they brought out another one of those. I like my hack and slash games.
Okay.
So I would love to hear about a DMC 2.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry 2.
And
the previous
the new iteration of Devil May
I'd be happy with the new iteration. Like people were like, oh, he's the new Dante. We don't like him because he doesn't look like the old one.
He's super emo.
But his character was very, very similar to the previous one.
Okay.
Spoilers. He does end up getting his white hair. It's kind of like this is how it happens.
Right. So it's like a prologue.
Yeah.
Young Dante becomes the Dante we know and love.
Kind of. I think they'll keep in that direction. I like the world that they built. The story was solid.
Yes.
They got rid of like some of the old one was like super goth.
Yes.
It would be nice if they brought in more of the super goth again, because it was cool.
Yeah, it was a really dark. It was a really dark game, and I really loved the combos between the guns and the sword play and everything. It was a really cool, enjoyable game.
Give this one a shot because the combo system they improved on.
Is it on the new next gen? Is it on next gen?
Yes, they released the definitive edition for next gen.
I'll give it a look.
Because the combo system is like so smooth. You can cycle through every weapon in your arsenal in one combo.
Okay. I'm definitely down for that. I'm definitely down.
So that's the main reason they made it. Like the combo system is butter smooth. That's why I'm looking forward to this one.
So new Devil May Cry. Anything else?
It's a long shot, but Half-Life 3.
Oh Lord, we all want Half-Life.
We all want Half-Life 3.
Gabe, give us Half-Life 3. Come on. There'll be no World War 3. If you give us Half-Life 3, there will be no World War 3. That simple. We want Half-Life 3. I still play Half-Life 2 to this day. Give us Half-Life 3. That's all we want.
Yeah.
Or else.
The arena would explode. If he announces Half-Life 3, that's it.
E3, no one would be able to touch them.
Yeah.
I reckon if Steam got up there and Gabriel walked up there, Valve, and announced Half-Life 3,
just drop mic.
Internet would break. Yeah, he'd do like Obama's mic drop. The internet would break. So my wild cards, I want to see Tekken 7.
Okay.
For the new console generation. We haven't had
me of another wild card.
Soul Calibur, and as well. Sorry.
That's right. Another wild card in the Tekken lane is the Tekken X Street Fighter, because there's been the Street Fighter X Tekken.
Yes.
And we've been promised the
other one. So Tekken X Street Fighter and Soul Calibur for the new generation.
Soul Calibur.
Let me be honest. I'm terrible at fighting games, but Tekken I really enjoyed. I grew up with it. With my friends. You'd go to a guy's house and you'd play Tekken for hours. Then obviously on the PlayStation, I'm excited for Dreams, which is that it's kind of VR. But it just looks amazing. It's just, oh my god, the concept, what you can do with it design-wise.
Okay.
Recore, I'm also looking forward to. Recore's on the Xbox.
Okay.
Looks like a crazy game. We've only seen a cinematic. We haven't seen actual gameplay.
Okay.
But looking forward to it. And then the Extreme Wildcards.
Yeah.
Borderlands 3.
Okay.
And Shadow of Mordor 2.
Ooh,
which is...
That's not so much a wild card.
It's not a wild card. It's a potential, but we don't know if we're going to see it. Do you know what I mean? It hasn't been announced. We're seeing Shadow of Mordor 2, but I want to see it because I enjoyed the first one.
There was that story about the stunt woman who put it on her resume, and now everyone is like, it's coming out.
Exactly. So I'm really excited to see that.
Those are some good ones. Those would all be some solid games if they announced it.
Yeah, I think they would break the... or Red Dead Redemption 2, because I really enjoyed Red Dead Redemption 1.
That would be a good wild card. Yeah. I think that's it for the game side. We're gonna chat a bit more about some other things, but that'll be in a different video. We're going to break it down.
Yeah, we're going to break it down a bit more. But this has been our E3 discussion. These are the sort of games that we're looking forward to. I think that as a gamer, I love E3 time because it's new trailers, it's new gameplay, it's new technology, it's new. It's everything that we love speculating about. I mean,
exactly.
It feeds conversations for us for hours.
Exactly.
We sit and talk about these things for hours on end. As you can see, I mean, if we didn't edit this down, you'd probably have like a 2-hour video of us talking about E3.
Yeah. Do the usual YouTube thing. like and subscribe.
Yes.
We're gonna bring you some more E3.
We're gonna be discussing
E3 news.
Yeah, we're gonna be some more E3 news, some VR stuff. We're gonna talk about
we
what
wanna
VR
chat.
stuff we're looking for.
I'm excited about the VR stuff, so we're gonna chat about.
Tio's actually played VR stuff, so he's gonna give hands-on experience with it.
Yeah.
I haven't experienced VR just yet. But I'm looking to get into it. I'm really excited for PlayStation VR, and we're gonna have a couple more discussion videos on the stuff leading up to E3.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.